For KDSJ Local Sports, Claysen Davis reporting. Time to now get a fall preview into Lead-Deadwood athletics as we start with the boys golf team for the 2025 season. I am now joined by head coach Daniel VanBibber. Anyways, Coach, thank you for the time.
Well, thank you for having me.
So what have you seen from your team so far that gets you excited for this 2025 season?
Well, things just got underway, but right off the bat, the numbers of kids is pretty exciting. We have 12 out for boys golf, so that's a pretty good start. We have a few dual athlete kids that are going to play football and golf or cross country and golf. But overall, like, the kids just willing to put in the work. They really enjoy playing golf. So I think that's a pretty good start.
Talk about your vision for the program, it being your first season, and what can you do this season to help work towards your vision for this program?
Yeah, absolutely. Ultimately the goal is to put Lead-Deadwood golf and West River golf back on the map. I'm a pretty competitive guy, and I have some pretty lofty goals for the team. Competing for conference titles regularly, is a goal. Getting to the state tournament and making a good showing there ultimately are what we're fighting for. But this year, it starts with discipline and accountability. Letting the guys know that, hey, you put in the work, you're going to see the results. And it seems like the team's willing to do that.
What are some of your expectations as your first-year head coach of the Lead-Deadwood boys golf team?
We have some returners. We have some experience. I know that we lost some kids from last year, but my first goal is just to have some kids step up and help with the younger kids, because I have quite a bit of younger kids in middle school out for golf. We start right off the bat with a tournament in Madison, South Dakota, and that's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a pretty good feel for what we can do. East River, and the goal is, in golf, it's important to have a solid short game. That that goes without saying. You have to minimize the damage on the course. You have to have a short-term memory, and you got to stay positive. And those are the values that I want to instill this year with the team.
Coach, you had 4 seniors graduate from this team last year, so who has stepped up in a leadership position on this year's team?
Yeah, I understand that we lost some seniors last year, some good players. We do have a pretty good show for our upperclassmen. I have 3 seniors and a couple juniors, that are ready to step up and put in the time and effort to help the program keep going and build it into the future with our younger kids.
Who are some of the underclassmen that you have coming up in the program, Coach, that you're expecting big things from this year?
Yeah, you bet. Aside from my 6th graders, pretty good showing of 6th graders. I have Weston Dahlstrom and Asher Blair, freshman and a sophomore there. They have a pretty solid game, and they can push some of those upperclassmen this year.
Do you have any assistant coaches helping you this season, or is it just your show for your first year?
It's just me, first year. So I'm used to it, though. I coached golf in Nebraska. I had 23 girls out. So got a pretty good handle on how to organize practices and things like that with a large number of kids. But I did ask for some parent volunteers to step up and help out the team a little bit, but for the most part, it's just me.
And finally, Coach, you start your season on the 21st of August at the Madison Invitational. What do you want to see from your team when you guys finally hit competition on the 21st?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said earlier, it's, this is really a big test right out of the gate. Ultimately, it's a bonding trip. Get to see how the kids react away from home, and we're going to go up the day before, play a little practice round, spend the night, and get in that tournament. But like I said, I'm a competitive guy. I want to see our kids start off with a bang. Like, get out there, make a little noise. Like I said, it's going to be a true test to see what we got. This is a tough course. Really like to see some good game management. Sometimes it's hard to get a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid to understand that you don't have to pull off the driver and try to hit it as far as you can every time off the tee. So want to do some game management, capitalize on some short game. Like I said, our 3 goals going in will be minimize damage when things aren't going well. Get it in the hole, move on. Short game has to be solid. And then, it's kind of like Dory from Nemo. You got to have short-term memory loss. Something bad happens, man, you just move on and stay positive and keep pushing forward.
That's awesome. Well, Coach, thank you for your time here with KDSJ Sports, and looking forward to seeing Lead-Deadwood at Gold Diggers Boys Golf coming up this fall.
All right, thank you so much.